So I'm now going to show you how to find profitable pools using this strategy. So this is an example of a pool I started yesterday called Dupe. And this was given to me by a gentleman called Frederick in the shrimps group. And he said he's doing very well with it. I've helped him make money yield farming. So he's going to send this pool to me and check it out. So I've currently got a one-sided pool with 8% yield per day, which means in theory, if we're looking at it from a risk point of view, I can drop 8% per day and still break even. So this is a 50% drop. As you can see from the range is 48% and 5%. So it's just over 50% drop in price. If you have a look at this, I'm not shilling this token or recommending you to buy, totally up to you. But I'm getting $24 per day. If that's $20, $25, that's fine by me because I've only put $300 in. So I'm just going to leave this yield to build up. See if the token either goes down or up. It may just start to bounce up here and hang around here, and I'll be out of range, but I've earned a bit. I put just Solana in, so my risk is a bit less in terms of it dropping. I haven't got too much dupe. Soon as it gets to around this range, I'm in trouble. But by then, I'll probably make the decision to exit. So this is a profitable pool. This is not a meme coin. This is a utility play, but it's a low cap we could call it an altcoin in theory, but we're just using it as an example. But we're going to look at other pools and how to find them so you can do the same yourself. So this method is involving Deck Screener. And what we're going to do is we're going to use filters. Now, to avoid risk, we're not going to do anything new. Yeah, at the moment, there is a time and a place to farm those meme coins that are new. But at the moment, I don't think it's very profitable and the risk is too high for the profitability. We want the risk to be low and the profit to be high. At the moment, the risk is higher than the profit. So we're going to go with coins that are over 500 hours old. Don't care about market cap because it's always going to probably be a high market cap and we're going to filter it. But we want over a million trading volume. I would suggest looking at 1.5 and 2 million trading volume as well, and maybe 1,000 hours in age. So let's apply that and let's see what we come up with. We're going to sort by market cap and we're going to use CMC as well to have a look at it and see what we're cooking. So these are coins that are doing pretty high in market cap, 900, 600, but we want kind of between a bit lower in theory. So we can look at this one, collateralize. I was shorting this at 30 mil and now it's 68 mil, which is good. Rig is another good one. So we're looking at solid kind of established ones that are doing well. Here's Dupe. And maybe we'll pick some other random one. Buzz is another one. Maybe Buckcoin. Chill House, maybe. I mean, it's a bit small, but the profit is there, the smaller the market cap. So we're going to look and we're going to see, would we yield farm this one? Maybe a drop from there to there is a 50% drop. So for me personally, people might say, I'll go one-sided and yield it down. What I'll do is I'll wait because it's doing this kind of pattern where it rallies up and then it kind of falls. We don't know where the floor is. You're better off bookmarking this, put it on your watch list, and then waiting and seeing if it's falling. That's hardly ever going to floor out here. It would be a very unnatural chart because even if it does floor out, it will fall down. That's my analysis of that token. But we can look and we can see where is the biggest, second biggest pool now. So copy the contract here and we're going to look. So they've got a second biggest pool and we're going to see what the volume to liquidity market cap ratio is. So that's about 50%. It's double. That's exactly what you want to see. Yeah. And that is pretty good. This might be because it's, quite high liquidity. And I'd also look, most people have one-sided Solana pools or it's swapped all the collat into that. So I want to go over to Meteora and have a quick look now and see what the pools look like from a statistical point of view in terms of percentage wise. So this must be the pool, 1%, 2%, 3%. So it's totally up to you. I wouldn't go for the 20 bin. I'd go for the 100. And you might want to come in and you might want to say, I want to do a bid ask and I want to just throw one Solana in. And what you're going to do is you're going to get a 49% ratio drop on this one. So we're going to see what a 49% looks like all the way down here. So it's not bad. So your range is going to be here if you do a one-sided, roughly speaking. That's how I would see it. And you might want to wait for it to drop here, and then your range might be somewhere like that, which is a bit safer. So that's for that one. I won't go through all of these individually. ARC, this one was a really, really top coin to yield farm. And I want to look again just very quickly at the second pool, which is on Orca. Very nice. And the liquidity again is good. So we can look on Orca and see what is looking like ARC. So we've got a very low pool, fee pool, and we've also got a good one. So let's look at the TVLs. So this one's yielding okay, I guess. I mean, it's probably good volume on it, but off a 10-10, you're probably getting a 1.6%, which for me isn't worth the risk. ARK is a good coin, but I think you need a wider range for because it might go up in price. And that's kind of what you want. It might start to do this. And if you're yield farming just here, you might not make as much. So it wouldn't be something I would look at. Housecoin is a bit more fresh, and we've got a really good ratio. So we've got about just under 4 times, 3.5 times the market cap to volume. And this will change every day. On a weekend, this will be 200K. But again, we can look on Orca and see what it's looking like, because that was a 0.16% pool and this is a 1% pool. So this one is looking much better. So that's kind of what we want, a 12%. And that's even on a 10% range. So we can go with a 25%. We get 5% a day. So that means we can warrant a 5% drop per day. I think this chart looks pretty bullish. I think Housecoin would be one you could throw in, maybe a one-sided Solana, and get a fair bit back in terms of if you're just starting off yield farming. Buttcoin again, this one doesn't look as great, even just looking at this pool, but you might get some on the capital gains. And don't forget, you can do a full range pull on these. Let's look at the second biggest. So it's a very soft, it's a very low. There's no demand for liquidity here. I'll just check this one, which Meteora doesn't always get the swaps through because of the dynamic pricing. So Orca does okay. See, that's off. That's lower than what it was. The liquidity is higher than the volume, which means there's no demand for this pool. Putting your money there will be a waste of time. Let's check it at this lower one, which is Chill House. Chill House chart looks like you might want to do a one-sided for this, and then you start off here, and then your range will probably be around here. Something like that. That could keep you going for a few weeks. So it would bounce around here. For example, it would die down, bounce around, and then shoot up eventually, if it does. That's obviously your decision to make trading it, but we can have a look and see what the other pools look like. So Meteora have a pool, 49, and again, this is good, but this is a lower market cap and a bit lower risk, and I don't like the meme, personally. And 4 mil market cap, it could just die off, in all honesty. There's not enough on there. What else I would do was I would look at if it's listed on CMC, even. Chill House, it's not. So we can look at like this Buzz one, or Hive, or whatever it's called. Hive, let's go to CMC, Hive. Is it called Hive? Hive AI. And you could look at the volume to market cap, which is good. And you can look at where the volume is. So central exchanges, you can see it's listed on Gate, BitGit, BitGet, or whatever it's called, L-Bank. So they're bringing in volume as well, which will help with the volatility because these are spot positions, and that will feed over to liquidity pools here. So Radium has the best, and then Orca have a good one as well. So you kind of want anything above. This is 200%. This is good, but you kind of want something where, and that shows there's a demand, going to be a demand for liquidity, because the market cap to volume is much lower, and fully diluted is 9 mil, so I don't know why it's showing that 18. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the volume. But in terms of central exchange volume, it's double. So you kind of want it 10 times as much, DEX and central exchanges. Not always the case. And you kind of want a 20% kind of ratio, at least 20% here, for you to be saying, I want to yield farm it. But I hope this has given you some advice around it. I do teach people to yield farm. If you're interested, there is a link in the description as well, so you can check that out. I wish you all the best and take care.